Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Hindash, and today's video is going to be kind of a recreation of a video that I did. That is the chocolate liner, one of my all-time favorite looks. I'm doing this on a blonde, so things are slightly different. I'm not tight lining the whole eye. And my model for today is the beautiful Louise, who I've worked with before on my Instagram. I haven't uploaded her on YouTube yet, but I really love this look. It really lifts the eyes, but I'm not going for my typical winged outliner. I'm making it more of a straight edge liner, but you can adapt it according to your eye shape. I'll kind of talk through that a bit. Look at his tongue. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you'd like to see next because I'd love to hear from you. Let's keep it short and sweet. So chocolate liner, let's go.
First of all, I apologize for the 50 seconds of terrible audio, but something happened with my mic. I lost my audio footage, but we're fine now. And here we have the beautiful Louise, and as always, we're starting off with a clean base and moving into skincare. I'm going to be using the Totale Beauty Elixir just to wake her up and to make her feel fresh. This really does feel like a spa. And next I'm going in with the Dior Super Potent Serum, and I'm just going to apply that all over the skin as a moisturizer. Because I am going to be trying out a brand new Dior concealer, and they sent me the new skincare as well, so I thought might as well try it. And it feels really nice. But as always, guys, please don't feel pressure to use really high-end products. I'm just, I get a lot of stuff coming in and I really want to test them out. I want to have fun and play around and see what's good. So use whatever skincare you're comfortable with. And topping everything off with the Dior Lip Maximizer as a lip balm. For foundation, I want a really light base. I basically want the concealer to do all the work. So I'm taking the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, one of my all-time favorites. I really love this. You can really shear it down to a tinted moisturizer level, and you can build it up to a medium foundation. It looks undetectable. It is one of those foundations that kind of suits everyone, every skin type. Comes in a ton of colors and undertones, which I love. And you can really play it up with what you put underneath and on top. You can make it a glowy foundation. You can make it a very matte foundation. So yeah, love it. Next, I'm going to be going in with the brand new Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. And I'm taking the darker shade 5N to bronze. And this was so pigmented. I'm not going to lie, I had trouble blending this because it was so pigmented. And I wish I went for a color that is maybe 2 or 3 shades darker than her just to give her a slight tan, but I struggled. So I'm blending that in with my foundation brush because it already had a bit of foundation on it, so it's going to help me blend, but it was a struggle. And next I'm going to be going in with the shade 2N, which is the concealer shade that I'm going to use on her to brighten and highlight as well, and hopefully that will take away a bit of the intensity that the darker one left behind. And I'm placing that where I always place concealer, underneath the eyes, on the outer corners of the eyes, on the center of the forehead, around the nose, anywhere she would get a bit red. And I'm going to be blending that in with my damp beauty blender because I really want to spread it out and melt it into the darker color that I used before. And because the beauty blender is wet, it's going to really spread out that product really nicely. And then I'm going to take some concealer at the back of my hand directly and tap my beauty blender into it because that way I get a bit more coverage, and I'm going to be dabbing that just on the inner corners of the eyes, so underneath the eyes. And that's going to add that brightness and coverage and keep things in place. So that's a good trick if you want to add a bit more coverage because that way the beauty blender doesn't soak up as much. Next, I'm going to be taking the Nude Sticks Nudies Matte Sunset Strip. This is a cream blush. I mean, you guys know I love this. I use it in pretty much every video. I'm obsessed. And if you haven't tried this, you really have to. I can't say enough good things about it. And I'm taking that on a stippling brush and just stippling it and dabbing it into the skin, pushing it in, and that way you don't get to disturb the foundation underneath. And taking whatever is left a bit on the nose and the forehead, just to tie everything in. To set and brighten under the eyes, I'm going to be taking the Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And I'm using a very tiny amount. Dip your brush in and just tap it. And I'm just going to press that into the skin because I don't want to disrupt the concealer underneath. And I want to keep things fresh and bright. And then with whatever's left, you can go around the T-zone and the jawline to brighten and highlight that area. I'm going to brush the brows up, and I'm going to be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in 2.5. And I'm going to fill in any gaps and focusing on creating a nice angle at the tail of the brow, the end of the brow. So I want to keep things nice and bushy. I don't want to fill them all the way in. And to add a bit of color and structure, I'm going to be taking the Hourglass Volumizing Fiber Gel and Warm Brunette. And I'm just going to be brushing the brows up, and that's going to add a bit of tint and keep things in place and make her brows look more bushy. And I do like a bit of a tint with blondes or lighter brows. It just fills them in nicely. Moving on to eyes, I'm going to be taking the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Shadows and the matte side, which is Double Pump Latte, and putting that all over the eye as a base. This is a nice warm tone, and it's going to complement the chocolate liner beautifully. So tap that all over the lid, and you can use your fingers. The star of the show, as always, NARS Mambo eyeliner. I love this. I haven't found a dupe. I keep looking. It's a very warm chocolate brown. It has red undertones without looking red. It's not one of those brown liners where you put them on and they turn grayish brown black. So I'm going to be creating a wing and making her look straight ahead so I can see how far I'm taking it. And taking my MAC brush, I'm going to smudge that liner out. And I'm going to keep making her look straight ahead so I can fill in any gaps that would appear as she's looking straight ahead in her crease. And just extend that out. I'm taking that chocolate liner on the inner tear duct as well and creating a nice point. And getting that liner really close to the lash line as much as I can, without it looking too heavy. And I'm going to really go for it and extend the brows as far as I can go, so kind of aligned with the brow. A good trick is to take a bit of your concealer and a flat-edged brush and going underneath the liner to really clean it up and make everything nice and sharp. I love doing this. It really cleans everything up and lifts your eyes even more. And it looks like you've had tape on. For eyeshadow, I'm taking the Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette. And the chocolate brown reddish shade really matches that NARS Mambo eyeliner perfectly. So I'm going to be going over that liner, and that way you can see how it becomes very soft and sharp at the same time. And that's the effect that I'm going for. So by setting this, it's going to last ages and you're not really changing the color because we went for a very warm shade. As she looks ahead, I can see that there is a bit more of a liner on the center of the eye, and I don't want that. It's going to round up her eyes more. So I'm just going to take a bit of concealer and wipe that edge off. And that's going to make a big difference. And going more inwards on the inner corner, I'm taking the transition shade in the palette and putting that on the inner crease, kind of brushing it up into the brow. And that's just going to give a nice dimension and a nice shape to the eye. And putting a bit on the lower lash line, just on the edges. I want a hint of shimmer, but I don't want anything overboard. So I'm taking a bit of that shimmer shade, tapping it very lightly. And tapping whatever is left gently. I don't want a full-on metallic. I just want kind of like a wet look. And going over any areas that need to be filled with the brown again, in case any shimmer got there. For mascara, I'm going to be taking the Sephora Size Up Mascara, and I'm going to be coating her lashes. And from here on, you can put fake lashes or individual lashes, and I'm going to go for individuals later. Repeating the same steps on the other eye, you guys can really see how chocolatey and red and warm that liner is. I mean, they discontinued this formula, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I really have to try to find something very similar. It does come in another formula now, but the color is the same, but I like the pencil more. The new one comes in a gel. For individual lashes, I'm going to be taking these Sweet lashes, and they're just individuals, which is what I prefer. You can do full strip if you want, but sometimes strip lashes can result in uneven eyes. For lip liner, I'm going to be taking the Pat McGrath Contour Lip Pencil and just lining her lips, because I'm trying to figure out what color I'm going to go for. And this is a very neutral nude. I'm going to be taking the Dior Rouge Dior in 426 Sensual Matte and just tapping that over the lip liner. It's going to add a bit of a pinky peach, but keeping everything very neutral. And I love applying lipstick with a brush because you really get to work it into the lip liner, and you get a different effect. You get a much softer effect that really gets worked into the lips. For bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Benefit Hoola bronzer and just going over the areas that I've contoured and bronzed with that intense concealer. So giving her a nice soft wash of bronze. I know it looks a bit intense, but I blend it out. And for contour, I'm taking the Dior Backstage contour palette. And I'm going to be contouring her nose, so the tip of the nose and across, which is what I love to do. I love contouring a tip of the nose. And for the highlight shade, I'm taking the Banana shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. And it's a matte shade, and I'm putting that down the bridge of the nose and on the tip. And I do love a matte highlight for the nose. It depends. Sometimes I mix both. And then dab and blend everything because it can get a bit harsh. For highlighter, I'm going to be taking the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. And putting that on the high points of the face, so the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose where I've highlighted with the matte shade. And that is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed my chocolate liner video part 2. This doesn't have a tight lined look and it's a bit more elongated. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and hit the notifications bell as well so you can get notified every time I upload. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.